Dude, tell me about your brand new daughter, man. Let's hear it, dude. What's going on with this beautiful little lady?
She's easy.
How so? What do you mean?
Easier than the other two.
Yeah?
Yeah, she sleeps a lot. It's weird. It's she needs to be woken up. Woken?
Yeah, awoken? She needs to be awoken.
Correct?
Yeah.
Can I say this? This woken?
Yeah.
No, she needs to be woken up to eat. Like, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you leave her alone, she'll sleep the whole day.
That's crazy, man.
So,
that's the life right there. It's the life.
It's all right. I mean, they're supposed to eat at this stage. She's a week, 2 weeks almost. And they're supposed to eat like every 3 hours or something like that. Then they little by little 4, 5, 6, and then once a day like us. So
yeah. She's beautiful, man.
It's going good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juliana Elizabeth. I posted this online, so you guys should already know. But Juliana is a combination of Julia and Anna. Julia is my father's mom, my grandmother on my father's side, and then Anna is my mom's mom.
Juliana.
Yeah, and then Elizabeth is my mother. So that's where that whole name comes from. I thought it was funny because most people name their boys after the father and stuff like that. And I'm like, you don't really do that for the daughter. It's more common for the boys, I guess. But
yeah.
So I was like, that'd be a nice little remembered little legacy thing.
That's really cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, dude. You were cracking me up the day she was born, man. You're sending me pictures of you in the full regalia, man. Regalia in the hospital. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What a day, huh?
It was cool. I was more impressed with the science of it than the actual what was going on.
That's funny. What do you mean the science? Like
you could it's crazy that we have the ability to cut somebody open and they don't feel anything.
That's insane,
right?
Right?
And I was just in awe of that moment. And I told you I thought it was crazy how the lights were so white. Like I never seen white lights like that.
Tony tells this story. He was like nerding out in the video production world kind of way. He's like, dude, you don't understand. Like these lights were like the most purest white. They weren't blue, they weren't warm. It was just a perfect white.
Like whiter than a sheet of paper. Like
Tony's like, well, where'd you guys get these lights? We need them for the studio. We need these for the on set, man.
Yeah, just have a Kelvin adjustment. Like,
yeah, that's funny, man.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But it was good. It was a different experience, but it was fine. It was different because of this whole COVID thing. Like just
what was that like?
It was just me and Joyce in there. So
that's it. Nobody else is allowed.
Yeah, the family couldn't go. And I wasn't trying to be lazy or get out of anything. I was really considering my family. I asked the nurse, I was like, if I leave, can somebody else take my place? And they're like, no. Which I thought was kind of messed up. But
well,
because I was willing to do that. I'm like, my mom wants to see the baby, my father. Like, just, I would have just gone and like, listen, just tomorrow is yours. Stay with her. But
yeah,
it worked out. The kids were excited and stuff. So, that was cool to see.
How's Hector doing with the baby?
Yeah, Annalise and Hector doing great with the baby.
Good.
Yeah, they're enjoying their little sister. Hector didn't understand what a baby really was and the inabilities of a baby.
Yeah.
He learned that real quick. Like, this baby's not going to be able to play video games with you or talk to you or play
really
with
do
you.
Anything at this point.
Yeah.
Anything.
He thought that's what a baby was. Like, when she gets here, we're just going to do stuff.
Like, it's little sister now.
Yeah, we'll play with toys and we'll watch movies or whatever. Man. It's like, nah, that's a ways away. You got like 2 years for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Before you start doing anything that's remotely fun.
She's got to get past the head thing.
Yeah.
Being able to hold the head up.
Yeah. What's funny is we go back to like, how did we survive beforehand? Like all these shots and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, that's pretty wild when you see everything they get. It's a lot.
Yeah, all these supplements and stuff they're still learning.
Yeah. Like
today they were talking about that they want to start the baby on like a vitamin D supplement. And they were like, this is something we're doing recently. Like it's not something we've been doing since your grandmothers or your great grandmothers. Like recently we just learned that some babies need this, and we just started prescribing this. So they're still learning about what makes humans move around and what makes us who we are. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's never going to stop.
Like if Vic had like a vitamin D.
Yeah, that's what they want to give her.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's all this new stuff we learned. So
yeah, Joyce doing all right.
Yeah, she's doing okay. She's spending a lot of time sore and just sitting around. So
yeah, dude, it's rough.
That was the case before the pregnancy.
Jeez Louise. Joyce, I love you. I'm just joking.
I'm with Joyce for like 10 years now.
It's what it is.
She ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Dude, when Victor was born, I was, you remember the first one. It's like I had a journal, and I was like journaling like times of like when a pee happened, when a poop happened, when he ate, how much he ate, when his mom took her medicine, her painkillers, what time that was, boom,
Wow.
boom, boom. And I did that for about 4 days, and then I was like, and then I go, yeah, I think he's gonna be okay.
It'll
I
be
think
fine.
everything will be fine.
They
Yeah.
ask you that though. They're like, how many times a day do they poop? Pee,
Right,
whatever
and I
the
think
heck.
that's maybe why I was doing it. Like, it's not. I was like, I think I'm gonna journal today about the fecal matter. You know, no.
Right. No, and they tell you the first 24 hours is like the most dangerous. Like as
Yeah.
far as just that's it's kind of morbid, right? But if something is gonna happen, like if they're gonna pass away, it's gonna likely be in the 24 hours. Like this just so that's why the nurses are like on top,
Stats,
like checking
yeah.
nonstop. Like this is the
Mhm.
most risky time for the baby.
Yeah, man.
And then as they go on, it's less and less checks. Like right now, I think they got to check her like once a week or once every 2 weeks.
And then it'll be like a once a month thing for a couple months. And then,
Yeah. Today they checked like her weight. They're like, she should be on track to be the same weight from the day she was born. Because I didn't really pay attention to this, but when they're born, they lose like 2 pounds or
yeah,
something like that.
and then they got to get it back.
Yeah, you got to get it back. So they were like, we're gonna weigh her and see, how far along is she to get to her birth weight or whatever. And they're like, oh, she's already exceeded it.
Yeah.
And I
That's
got a
dude.
Buddha in my house.
You gotta look at this little girl, dude. Like I was looking, we just went to get some food a little while ago. And I'm like looking at her on Facebook. I was, a post.
Yeah,
Looks just like you, dude. Like that's hilarious.
I think she looks
That's-
just like Hector when he was born.
which in turn looked just like
Yeah,
you, dude.
I guess. I didn't see me and Hector. Other people said that. I didn't see me and Hector when he was born.
Mm.
Now I see it a little bit,
Yeah,
but he
She
definitely got his mom's hair.
yeah, that is true. That is true. I love that you let his hair grow long, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's going on 5 years now.
That's awesome, man.
We'll cut it soon. So that was actually, I didn't tell you this part. That's actually part of a I don't know if I broke down the whole Hector's name. Hector's name is very important.
I think you have, but it's been a couple years since you told me.
Yeah, Hector Josiah is his middle name. And that whole thing came from like I take this stuff really seriously. Like my spiritual beliefs and stuff, I take it real serious.
Mhm.
And I wanted his name to be something with real impact and real meaning. I didn't want to just name him something cool or call him Junior or something like that. Like for some reason, for him, it's like the first boy. I wanted it to have powerful meaning. So just praying and reading and researching, it's like Hector means to possess, to hold, like when you don't let go of something. And then Josiah means the fire of God. So that it came from that. And then the hair thing, it's not just because it looks cool. Like biblically, there were times where you would dedicate your son to God and you would promise not to touch his head for like X amount of years.
Very cool,
So
man.
it'd be different. So part of it was like, in my mind before Hector was born, I would pray and I'm like, the prayer was something like I'd say, if you give me a healthy boy, nothing wrong and all this stuff, I promise. I made a couple promises. I said I won't touch his head for a couple years. I didn't mean it to be 5 years. Now it just looks cool, so it just stayed there. I wanted it to be like 2-3 years or whatever max, but now it's like his trademark. And another thing I promised was I didn't want no one at all to touch him until I laid him on the altar in church, and I did it that way. We went to church it's like a week after he was born. We went for the first time back to church after the whole delivery and all that stuff. And people were like, let me hold him. I was like, nah. So there's actual pictures. I gotta find them on Facebook and show you, where I put him on the altar for the first time, before anyone could touch him. And I just prayed and I said, this baby's yours. So that's where Hector came from.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, so Hector, we hope, has everything I said. It's funny. I mirrored what my father used to tell me when I was younger, and maybe he doesn't remember this, or maybe he does. Now that I'm gonna bring it up, but he used to tell me that before me and Jonesy were born, he would pray, let my son be stronger than me, smarter than me, and that's what I did with Hector. I was like, I want this kid to be smarter than me. Everything. I was like, better looking, more talented, singing, all that stuff. I was like, he has to be better. He has to be, and I think he's on that route. But yeah, we believe in, I was even praying for his wife before he was born.
Hector's wife.
Yeah, I was like, put
Okay.
give him the personality and give him the wisdom to find the right person. That's it. Cause side note, God ain't gonna tell you who to marry. All right, just so you know, He's not gonna tell you who to marry. God is not worrying with his little minor details. All right, you figure it out for yourself. Your prayer should be, give me love and give me wisdom. The rest is up to you. That's it. That's all you need. If you had more love and more wisdom, we'd be in a much better place than we are now.
Yeah, this world needs some love right about now, dude.
Yeah, it's not figured out for me. Your parents are the same way. Can't go to your dad and, hey, dad, I don't know how to do this all the time. Like this is the time you got to figure out for yourself, man. we've hurt kids a lot with that, doing everything for them. We talked about it before. I wonder if that's why kids are waiting till like 30, 35, like part of it, to leave their homes. We just ate, excuse me.
Yeah.
So a lot of burps.
MSG.
Yeah, no, I wonder if that's part of it. Just this desire to protect our kids so much. We protected them too much.
I completely agree with you. I don't think kids are afforded the opportunity to fail enough and to figure things out on their own, and especially at a super young age. We're talking about early childhood age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, little things. Oh, my block got stuck right here. Help me. Well, no, you can figure it out. Good luck.
And it's important. Like the whole. I don't want to sound as sensitive because a lot of times the stuff I say does sound that way. So I'll try to unpack it correctly. I think a lot of times the anti-bullying thing kind of hurt in ways that people didn't expect. There shouldn't be bullying. It's a cruel thing and it's messed up, right? But at the same time, you can't block the sun with your hand, man. Like the actual sun, you can't block it. There's things that are gonna happen, and some of that you have to develop a callus in life. And if you just keep holding your kid away from every single thing and making sure nothing ever happens to him,
I agree.
It's going to happen to him. Somebody at some stage in his life is going to curse at him, is going to tell him, I don't like you, you're ugly, your clothes are trash, your parents are broke, you live in a bad place or whatever. They're going to hear these things. And I think you got to kind of prepare him. Some of the stuff you got to kind of like let them experience little by little. It's tough, right? Like who wants to see their kid cry or get hurt?
Of course.
But a lot of times, man, just hiding him from every single thing and not letting him go outside and not letting him have friends in certain circles. What's the Finding Nemo thing? Like, you can't let nothing happen to him because then nothing will happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
And I think we got so much in our own heads with advancements in psychology and figuring out, the best ways to mold people and how to communicate and stuff like that. And we lost the ability to just be hurt. And I think that's why a lot of times, too, these kids, you hear about them, they shoot schools, they do horrible things, they go, hurting animals and stuff. Like, they do crazy things because I think they never understood how to just process pain and just eat it sometimes. Like, you got to just deal with it. Like, that's part of life. And I think if it's going to happen, it's better for it to happen when you're a kid. Because the younger you are, the quicker you are to forgive. Like, as an adult, it becomes tougher and tougher to really forget things that people that wound you and move on from it.
Absolutely.
But I think as a kid, you see it all the time, like best friends and stuff like that. Like kids is 6, 7 years old, they'll say something cruel to their friend and they're back playing again. 2
minutes later.
It's real easy. And I made the joke like whether you believe on hitting your kid, that's on you, but like disciplining your kid like physically or whatever. You could strike a kid and 30 minutes later he's back like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's the beauty of children too. They have this ability to forgive and move on, and as adults, you don't necessarily have that. So if you're sheltering him from every single thing, you're setting him up to like really
struggle
lash
later
out incorrectly, man. Yeah, yeah. Water your seeds.
Be there for your kids.
Yeah.
Be there to support them and help them.
Yeah.
But you don't need to. They call it, what do they call it nowadays? It's the helicopter parents. The ones that are just hovering around their kids all the time.
I never heard that. Yeah, that's funny.
Helicopter parents. They're hovering around the whole time, man.
Coddle them, I guess, is the word too. Like
they coddle them, and a lot of parents, they want to be the friend.
That's the danger too, man. And I say that callously. You don't have no friends, but if anything, man, we can debate on whether you have friends another day. That's like a whole podcast episode of its own. But here's one thing: you are not your kid's friend.
Yeah,
you are not your kid's friend. You may have a beautiful relationship, but I think by saying you're your kid's friend, like you're diminishing.
It diminishes, what it
the
actually,
place you have.
Sure, as that parent.
Like the friend will hurt you. The friend will find another friend and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, this is unconditional, man. Yeah,
that means no matter what happens, no matter what you do, there is nothing you can do to break that.
Yeah, you're the compass, man.
And it's nice, right? It's very nice to say, I'm my kid's best friend, or your kid says, my dad's my best friend. But you're not friends, man. And I think a kid, you can, not that always, you can hurt your kid by letting him think you're friends. Because I tell you something, I've seen it even with Hector in his 4 years right now. Like every now and then he'll test his mom, and he tests in a way that you would test somebody from the street, like a friend, like just like responding back or something. Like you gotta be careful, man. I'm not your friend. I'm not. Like I will protect you and do everything for you, but there's a very fine line, and it's good to establish order.
And it changes as you get older too. You know, I mean, we're in our 30s now, and, you know, our relationships with our parents are very different.
There-
Clearly.
there's a friendship there. You
Yeah.
can call there's a bond, but it's not.
Right.
It ain't a friend, man.
No.
It's like the family.
You made a
thing
really
is way
good point.
different.
Yeah, friends they could be gone in a moment. You know?
Yeah.
They could turn on you in a moment, too.
There's outliers and exceptions always, but
Yeah.
in the most part, man, your family does not leave you. You find that a lot with the women. They're wired in a way to where like that nurturing and that's like nothing you could do is gonna change that. I'm your mom. You know, in the Hispanics have this thing where it's like they treat the woman like with such high regard as far as that their place in a kid's life. They're like, a father can be replaced, but you can never replace your mother. You always have one mother.
Mm.
So, really both. But you know, it's interesting that you say that, you know, you're not friends with your kids, man.
Yeah.
You're not. And if they don't respect you as a parent, they're not gonna respect anyone else. So just be ready for your kid to come home smacked around, and police arresting them and stuff.
We talk a lot about this. A lot of today's societal issues can really be traced back home.
Yeah.
Not all, of course, but
no, a lot.
A lot of
It
them.
starts at home.
It does start at home.
It starts at home, man. Your ability to push forward through hard times is gonna start at home.
And look, dude, we're not perfect parents.
No.
You know, I am far from a perfect parent. But damn it, I try every single day.
Yeah.
To do the best, you know?
Yeah, and you hope the kids understand that.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. The parenting thing is complicated. I don't know how we got on that, but it's a beautiful thing. It's funny. Not everybody should be a parent, but I always it's the best thing in the world. It's the best thing.
I love being a dad, dude. I didn't know what I was until I had Victor. It was all, to me, it just seemed, at that moment, I was like, it was just like a light bulb went off, and I was holding him, and I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, I remember.
It's not about me.
Yeah, like I remember kind of the same thing. I remember being so angry and like vengeful in my life and spiteful. I was like that until after I had kids.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason it clicked. Nobody had to tell me anything. I didn't have to experience anything. Just having a kid, immediately those things didn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it seemed all so silly.
Fights I had with people and arguments and long running bad feelings.
Feuds,
I'm like,
and
it's over. To the point that I saw people that I had problems with, like really bad problems with, I saw them after I had a kid, and those things didn't even come to my memory anymore. It was like, it doesn't matter. I don't care what you did anymore. Like, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense to me, man. You know, because that's always, you know, we differ on a lot of beliefs and things like that. But, you know, it's the old question. It's like, what are we doing here? What is the purpose, right? And like, I was just like in the wind, man. You know what I mean? Trying to figure myself out. And then I had Vic, and it was just like,
It gives you focus.
It definitely gave me focus, for sure. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, no, I like being the age we are having the kids too. It's cool to see them grow and grow up with them.
Dude, Vic's graduating kindergarten on Monday. They're doing this whole because due to the COVID, they're gonna have all the kids in their family cars out in the parking lot, and one at a time they're gonna go up and get their little diploma. We're gonna beep and horn and get excited for them and stuff.
That's cool.
So yeah, kindergarten's done, baby.
And they're doing that with the high schools and the colleges too.
Dude, I saw a great video. Some local, I can't remember where it was, but it was like a local supermarket had like 6 graduating seniors work there. And so like the owner, franchise operator, whoever it was, like shut it down in the evening and like did like a whole full-blown like graduation ceremony in the aisles, and they had all the decorations. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never seen this before. They're saying that next year might be canceled too. Like or the next academic year, like it might just be online and stuff.
I saw an article, and I didn't do too much digging into it, but it definitely caught my eye. Clickbait, got catfished. I'm an idiot. Talking about you know, music, PE, those kind of classes might just not be happening this year. They might not be happening for a little while, you know. And
that's
it's
tough.
just
that's real tough for the people starting school and the people finishing school, like your 12th grade and your kindergartners.
Yeah, like, man. We're so far removed from it. It's been a long time, but like it, you know, that's kind of gotta suck.
It's funny. Like 10 years ago when I was in college, I kind of foresaw this. It's not even some big kind of prophetic thing. Like everybody could see if you paid attention, is that we were gonna go all online anyway. And I think even beyond this, like we're a couple years away from school being online only anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's gotten to the point when I was in college, you had the option of going in class, but most people just did it from home.
Yeah.
And you get the same diploma and everything. So
yeah, my degree, I had to take some classes on campus because of the GI Bill, so I could get more money.
Oh yeah.
But most all of my classes though for my degree was online.
Yeah, my whole bachelor's was online. I did my associates in seat, but the bachelor's I did 100% online.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the future, man. Yeah, somebody told me, it was like, yeah, Victor, he'll have a Chromebook. Oh yeah, it was Jack. Jack was like, oh yeah, first grade, he'll have a Chromebook.
Yeah, and Alicia's had a Chromebook for the last 3 years too.
Man,
everything is through that.
It's crazy.
It's good and bad.
Yeah,
it's good because
it's evolving. Everything's evolving,
and your life is going to be on a computer anyway. Yeah. So you better know how to use one.
We talk about it too. It's to be literate in 2020, it's a different definition of it now. I mean, computer literacy is part of literacy now. That's just general literacy.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared for it. Be prepared.
Be wise.
Yeah. Be safe.
I got to remember that. Is that be prepared? Be wise. Be safe.
Yeah. Be prepared. Be wise. Be safe.
We forgot.
Or be safe. Be wise.
We did an intro for Jack for his Be Prepared show. We forgot to get him to say knowledge is good.
Knowledge is good.
Yeah. And if you're my age, you know what that means.
Yeah.
I'm not his age, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's from a movie.
I get that knowledge is good. It's just movie quotes.
Mm-hmm. It's just all movie quotes.
Well,
yeah.
That's fine.
But
you said it was what, Animal House?
Animal House, yeah.
I don't know that movie.
Yeah, it's old.
I'm supposed to know this movie?
A lot of our parents' age people love it, especially the Caucasians.
So what's going to be the movies that people that we tell, what's going to be our Animal House and stuff like
Romeo
that?
Must Die.
No, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what are these kids gonna like? What are we gonna grow up telling the kids? Like, remember
think
when?
That? It's like, dude, can you imagine we're gonna be like 70, 80 years old and be like, yo, this
Spider-Man,
this Kanye West, this guy was the bee's knees.
We're not gonna say the bee's knees.
No, we're not gonna say bee's knees.
We don't say the bee's knees now.
No, but can you imagine? That's gonna be crazy. Be 70, 80-year-olds going, man. I'll tell you what, Drake was dope, man. Back in my day, Drake.
I enjoy it makes me remember I enjoy our age group. I get wrapped up in my head like you could have been born at any time, right? You could have been born in the Ice Age. You could have been born in 2,000 years ago. You were born here, and I think this is an awesome time to be born in.
This is a pretty cool time.
We saw the birth of video games, the birth of movies. We saw not so much Flight, but we can take credit for seeing Flight.
We can see some Flight.
It's been within our parents' lifetime, it's
the internet age.
We saw the internet. We saw computers for the first time. We saw the first commercial flight to space.
Mm-hmm.
That to me felt like Star Trek, man. Like seeing the first commercial flight, I'm like,
that was pretty crazy.
We were here for the first time. Individual citizen decided to just go to space and had the money and had the ability and went to space.
Tell you what, Trump thought he did it though. Let me tell you,
he did do it. It's a win for
It is.
No, it's not a win for him.
It's a win for the country. I think it's a win for mankind. How about that?
Okay.
It's a win for mankind.
He amended the name, he being Elon Musk, because we're talking about SpaceX and the rocket.
That launched last week.
Yeah. He amended the name of his child X-A12, right? You seen he amended it?
No, I didn't know.
It's still the same thing.
I didn't know he amended his, no.
He had to update it because I think it was California, wherever they live, said you can't use.
Yeah, I think I said that on the show. I was like, they're not going to let him do it.
Well, what they didn't let him do was use the dash
and
the numbers 1 and 2. He's not allowed to use that.
So he's just
it's still X ash like the AE, but then the A12 part it's the Roman numeral 12. It's XII.
Great.
I don't know if he's gonna be called Musk. They make it sound like it's just gonna be that's his full name, X ash A12. I don't know why we do this.
Cool, man.
Maybe we get him on a podcast like Joe Rogan did. And
you think Elon Musk would come on this show?
I think he watches this.
I think he does too.
He's watching it right now. E, what up?
What's up, dude? come on the show, man. Hey, we just opened the studio back up this past week, so it's very exciting times.
Yes, we just opened the studio back up this past week.
Opened the studio back up.
We haven't been
doing.
We haven't been in here. We came in to do the podcast.
Yeah.
And we haven't been in here.
We haven't been doing nothing, man. That's funny.
It's good to be back. Shout out to Connie. We did videos for her, and she's selling houses.
Got a brand new realtor we're partnering with. She's fantastic. Look her up, man. Connie.
Soon as the video's out, the house is sold.
Yeah, she uploads the video telling everybody that the house is sold. Oh, we're in the wrong business.
Check out this great house I just sold.
Boom. You could have been yours.
I don't know how you do it, Connie.
Yeah, she's killing it, man. But yeah, we're back. We're doing some real estate. We're back doing some small business stuff. We're doing some city work as well across the road there.
It's fun times, man.
Yeah, man, we're back, dude. It's been a pretty. I'm sure you guessed from our general disposition here, especially in the first part of this episode. You know, it's been a pretty draining week, to say the least.
Yeah, no, the beginning, this whole phase 1 has been like touch and go like crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
As far as business, family, figuring out what you can and can't do.
Curfews in Virginia.
Wild. The curfews in Virginia, man. Be safe, whatever you decide to do. Just be careful. They're not playing around. Not that they were to begin with, but they sure as heck aren't playing around right now, so be careful.
Yeah, just be safe out there, man. All right.
Other than that, there's not a whole lot to address. We've addressed other topics online that take much more than just a podcast to unpack. So
this country is hurting right now for many, many, many reasons, and it's affected all of us.
Yeah, man. Just love each other.
Love each other.
Be careful.
Man.
It seems, you know, the cliche is going to get worse before it gets better, and it seems like it is getting worse.
Yeah.
But hopefully the better will come soon. I think so. I think they've done a few things that'll keep us moving in the right track now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't lose traction. It's more change than I've seen since I was a kid. I feel. At least publicly, right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
We got a long way to go in this country, man. We got a long way to go.
We do.
But hopefully we're headed in the right direction. I mean, you think you feel like we're doing good things, and all of a sudden something like this happens again, and it's just like you take one step forward and you take two back.
That's part of what drains you, man, because you feel like powerless to stuff like this. Like, yeah, like you work so hard for certain things, like to see things, and you think you finally moved to a better place. Not that anything was solved to begin with.
Yeah,
it's not done, but you felt you were making strides, and then boom, you get punched in the gut, and then you get punched in the gut again and again. It's just like, it's part of the reason why this podcast, I think, this particular episode is a little more somber. It's like it's hard to sit here with rockets and hey, yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, I don't feel like joking right now, dude. Like it's a scary place out there right now. There's a lot of heavy shit going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
We will get there. We will get there. I think.
I'll get choked up talking about it, man.
I think we'll get there.
Yeah,
I think we'll get there. We got some great people making sacrifices and making the right moves to get the message out there.
Yep.
So.
All right, man.
It's all good. Next time we'll hopefully have more progress socially and be able to laugh a little more and joke around. Not that we don't now, but
yeah,
sometimes it just ain't funny.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you too. It's good to be back in here, man.
Absolutely, man. All right, dude. I'm Matt.
I'm Tony.
And this is the Tsunami Podcast, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Cool.